Welcome back to Hot Headlines, the easy-to-understand conversational source for news. I'm your host, Julia Joseph. You will notice this is an audio-only version today. Let's get started. The hottest headline today, it appears almost unavoidable that a partial government shutdown will be happening by Saturday morning. Funding for the Department of Homeland Security, or DHS, expires tonight at midnight. As we spoke about earlier this week, right now it's all about Democrats and Republicans reaching an agreement when it comes to DHS policy. Those policies, Democrats want to see stricter enforcement and checks and balances when it comes to DHS operations and officers. One thing on the table is that Democrats want every ICE agent to wear a body camera, as well as they want them to remove their masks. Both parties are not agreeing with this, amongst other rules surrounding searches and arrests. Now, the shutdown does not mean ICE will shut down, and almost all DHS workers will continue to work, but they won't get paid for the time being. As someone not holding one of these positions, you probably won't see too much of a change in your day-to-day life after the longest shutdown ever that went through November of last year, 2025. Things like the Department of Transportation and the FAA were affected, but this time that shouldn't be an issue, as both of these departments have already received their funding through the end of this fiscal year. Unlike what happened in the fall, other parts of the federal government, like the national parks, should also be okay for the same reason they've received their funding for the rest of the fiscal year. Another hot headline today for Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. Investigators have found DNA inside of her home, as well as multiple gloves in the surrounding area of her home. As they test this DNA, the FBI has also released a description of the person seen in the doorbell videos and photos that were recovered from the security camera at Guthrie's home. The suspect is described by police as a 5'9" to 5'10" tall male with an average build and wearing an Ozark Trail hiker backpack, but of course that backpack was on in a video from 13 days ago at this point. As a reminder, Guthrie, an 84-year-old woman, was reported missing on February 1st, almost 2 weeks ago, and since that time, the FBI says they have received over 30,000 tips in connection to the case, which of course is helpful at times, but it's also flooded their offices, making it harder to sift through real and false tips. The FBI have also increased their reward up to $100,000 for information that leads them to find Guthrie. Heating up the headlines on sides of the environment, on Thursday, the Trump administration repealed a big scientific finding that has been the base of the fight against climate change in the U.S. for years now. Critics of this have called the move the most aggressive move by the president when it comes to climate regulations. What the repeal does is it rescinds a governmental order from 2009, which was known as the endangerment finding. What this did while in place was it found that carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases do in fact threaten our health and well-being. At the time, this led President Obama to enact the Cleaner Air Act for cars, power plants, and other sources of pollution that many scientists believe are warming our planet. This repeal eliminates all greenhouse gas emissions standards for cars and trucks, and critics of this reversal fear that this decision could lead to more rollback in existing climate regulations. And a hot headline in the sports world today, the basketball legend Chris Paul announced that he will be retiring from the NBA at the end of the season. He made this announcement on social media today. The 40-year-old is known as the Point God and is a 12-time All-Star, 11-time member of all NBA teams. He's won Rookie of the Year and has taken home gold twice at the Olympics. This season is his 21st in the NBA, so if you want to see him play in person, you guys better catch him quick. I hope this catches you all up before the weekend. Have a great few days, and I'll be back for a video episode on Wednesday. Stay tuned.